For centuries, long before the advent of refrigeration, humans thrived in even the harshest environments. They faced long winters, scorching summers, and unpredictable seasons, all without the conveniences of modern technology. No humming refrigerators, no neatly packaged meals, no electricity to power it all, and yet they survived, even flourished. How did they do it? How did they manage to keep food edible, prevent spoilage, and ensure their sustenance throughout the year? The answer lies in the ingenious techniques they developed, methods passed down through generations, born from a deep understanding of nature's rhythms. These weren't mere tricks of survival, they were sophisticated methods of preservation that transformed food, enhanced its flavor, and allowed communities to thrive. Join us now as we journey back in time to uncover these forgotten techniques, exploring not just their history, but their relevance in our modern world. Let's begin our exploration with one of the oldest techniques, the root cellar. Dug deep into the earth, these structures were marvels of natural engineering. The earth's cool temperature provided the perfect environment for storing produce. Imagine descending into a root cellar, the air thick with the aroma of soil. Carrots, potatoes, and turnips lie nestled in bins. Apples and pears rest on shelves, their skin firm. These were havens of sustenance, protecting the harvest. Proper ventilation was crucial, preventing moisture buildup. Darkness prevented the growth of chlorophyll, avoiding spoilage. Root cellars were about preservation and connection, a connection to the land and the rhythms of nature, a testament to human ingenuity in harnessing the power of nature. Salt curing, a method used since ancient times to preserve meat and fish, stands as a testament to the power of simple ingredients. Long before refrigeration, salt served as a crucial lifeline, allowing people to preserve their hard-won protein sources for months, even years. The process itself is deceptively simple. Salt drawn from evaporated seawater or mined from the earth is rubbed liberally onto the surface of meat or fish. This draws out moisture, creating an environment inhospitable to the bacteria that cause spoilage. But salt curing is more than just preservation, it's transformation. As the meat cures, it undergoes a remarkable metamorphosis. The texture changes, becoming firmer and denser. The flavor deepens, developing a rich, savory complexity that adds depth and character to dishes. From the salty tang of cured ham to the delicate flavor of smoked salmon, salt-cured foods have graced tables for centuries, connecting us to the culinary traditions of our ancestors. Smoking wasn't just about flavor, it was preservation, a delicate dance of fire and smoke. Smoldering wood chips from hickory, applewood, or mesquite infused food with a distinctive smoky aroma. Imagine a rustic smokehouse filled with fragrant smoke. Hams, sausages, and fish hang from the rafters, enveloped in smoke. This wasn't just cooking, it was alchemy, a transformation by time, heat, and burning wood. The smoke played a crucial role in preservation. It acted as a natural antibacterial agent, inhibiting spoilage. The heat dried the food, creating an environment where bacteria struggled. Beyond its practical benefits, smoking imbued food with unparalleled flavor. The smoky aroma, the hint of sweetness, the rich, savory notes, hallmarks of a well-smoked product. Fermentation is nature's way of preserving and transforming food, a process that has been harnessed by cultures around the world for millennia. From tangy sauerkraut to effervescent kombucha, fermented foods are celebrated for their unique flavors and potential health benefits. At its heart, fermentation is a collaboration between humans and microorganisms. We provide the raw ingredients, cabbage, cucumbers, milk or tea, and the microorganisms naturally present in the environment or introduced through starter cultures work their magic. These microscopic allies break down sugars, producing lactic acid, carbon dioxide, or alcohol as byproducts. This transformation not only preserves the food, but also alters its flavor, texture, and nutritional profile. Fermentation isn't just about preservation, it's about enhancing nutrition. The process can make certain nutrients more bioavailable, meaning our bodies can absorb and utilize them more effectively. In winter, people harvested ice and stored it in ice houses, ingeniously designed to preserve it through warmer months. These structures, often partially submerged or built with thick walls, kept the interior cool and dark. Imagine a frozen lake in winter, the air biting and crisp. Workers, bundled in furs, used saws and picks to carve large ice blocks. These blocks, hauled by horse-drawn sleds, were stacked in the ice house. The ice house was a community resource. It preserved perishable foods, keeping them fresh longer. Butcher shops and dairy farmers relied on ice to prevent spoilage. Spring signaled the melting of the ice house's contents. Even as the ice dwindled, it extended the availability of fresh food. Simple techniques used the sun and wind to dry food, inhibiting bacteria and extending shelf life. Think of sun-dried tomatoes, their sweetness concentrated, or strips of dried meat jerky, preserved for long journeys. Drying was a way of life in many cultures. Fruits, vegetables, herbs and fish were dried in the sun. The air carried away moisture, preserving food for future use. Grains were dried on threshing floors to prevent spoilage. This method ensured a stable food supply. Simple yet effective, these methods harnessed nature's forces. They transformed harvests into a pantry of sustenance. These methods may feel like relics of a bygone era, but they're more relevant than ever. As we grapple with the environmental impact of modern food production, there's a growing movement to embrace traditional preservation techniques. Consider this. Refrigeration, while undeniably convenient, consumes vast amounts of energy. Food waste, a byproduct of our modern food system, contributes to greenhouse gas emissions. And the mass production of processed foods, often laden with preservatives and additives, raises concerns about our health and well-being. In this context, ancient preservation methods offer a compelling alternative. They're sustainable, often relying on natural resources like sun, wind or earth. They can reduce food waste by extending the shelf life of perishable ingredients, and they allow us to reconnect with the rhythms of nature, appreciating the seasonality of food and the ingenuity of our ancestors. Our ancestors didn't waste, they adapted. They understood the seasons, the cycles of abundance and scarcity, and they developed methods to preserve the bounty of the earth. These weren't just techniques of survival, they were acts of ingenuity, expressions of human resilience in the face of environmental challenges. As we've journeyed through these ancient methods, we've uncovered more than just forgotten techniques. We've glimpsed into a way of life deeply connected to nature, a time when food was valued, preserved, and celebrated. These methods remind us that innovation isn't always about new technology. It's often about rediscovering the wisdom of the past. By embracing these techniques, even in small ways, we can reduce our environmental impact, improve our health, and reconnect with the joy of creating and preserving food. We can honor the legacy of our ancestors while forging a more sustainable and flavorful future. Which of these ancient methods would you try today? Perhaps a root cellar in your backyard, a jar of fermenting vegetables on your countertop, or a simple solar dehydrator to capture the sun's energy. Share your thoughts below, and let's continue the conversation about rediscovering lost knowledge and embracing sustainable living. From the depths of the earth to the wisps of smoke curling from a smokehouse, we have seen how humanity has long relied on ingenuity and a deep understanding of the natural world to thrive. These ancient practices, often overlooked in our modern age, offer a glimpse into a time when food was precious, preservation was paramount, and waste was simply not an option. By rediscovering these methods, we not only tap into a rich culinary heritage, but also embrace a more sustainable and connected way of life. We learn to appreciate the rhythms of the seasons, the value of preserving nature's bounty, and the satisfaction of creating something both nourishing and delicious. Join us next time as we delve into more forgotten knowledge, uncovering the secrets and wonders of our planet and its people. Subscribe now and be a part of our journey of exploration and discovery.